Hello, hello.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Excited to finish off. We're saving the best for last here, right? We were the last team of the day, saving the best for last. Excited to talk to you guys. Obviously, you guys bring a lot of production back this year, right? With Maddie and Ayana and a couple other players. How important was that to have kind of a core and a base to build upon and develop heading into this season?
It's very important. If you have a roster that turns over every single season, it's tough to just build your system and, continuing to bring in new players. And, experience is a big deal. And so to continue to bring in players year after year that are new to your system, it's a little difficult. So, we're super happy to have our Fab Five freshmen back, led by Ayana and Maddie. And then we got some really good pieces too, with 2 point guards, freshman point guards, and then some transfers coming in.
Yeah, and one of those transfers is the player sitting right next to you, Zaria. And I want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name right. Is that
Yeah,
correct, Zaria?
it's all right, but everybody just calls me Z, so you can just call me
Z?
Z.
Okay, perfect. Because people mispronounce my name, so I'm always careful to make sure I'm saying people's names right too. But I'll call
No,
you
I
Z.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Of course. What led you to Central Michigan? What made you want to come here and spend your last season here?
Man, there's a lot of things. Besides the coaches, of course. I mean, on my visit, like you just said, the returners, the girls, they were amazing. I connected with them right away. Again, Anna and Maddie, those are my girls. I'm so proud of them. So the girls definitely, and the coaches especially, the experience that they have and the things I can learn from them are so important. It was so key for me. So
I heard you brought a friend on your visit with you and you took it. Did she approve? Did she have to give like the check mark of yes, this is the right spot for you?
she did. She loves it here too. So she's been out here a couple times. So yeah.
Good. I love it. And Kristen, what was the importance of adding someone like Z to your roster? For people who haven't watched her play, what does she add for you guys?
She adds a lot. She has a big personality, as you can see. Her big smile. She walks in a room and just lights it up. So that's what we first got with her as soon as we met her face to face. And you can hear it on the phone when we called her and talked to her in the recruiting process. But just her championship experience that she has. At Governor State, they won their conference, and then they went on to the NAIA and went to the Elite Eight. So that's huge. At any level, going to the Elite Eight, having that conference championship under your belt, we needed that leadership here. We like to bring in winners and champions, and her versatility too. She's about 5'10", but she's so physical. She can play inside, outside. Yeah, you'll see it on the court. Just it's so good. She's a mismatch nightmare, honestly. And she just works hard on both sides of the ball. So we're really excited to bring her in.
Absolutely. And you mentioned your two freshman point guards you mentioned earlier, who I assume will, play a pretty big role from the jump. And they're two different kinds of point guards, right? One's more pass first, one's more score first. What do you like about, your options at point guard, and what's it been like integrating them into your system?
Yeah, they do a really good job complementing each other. What we like most about them is just their work ethic. They both love to D up and play on the defensive end. So we're super excited to have them, guard the point guard on the way up the court the whole way and causing problems. And they start our defense. So igniting our defense. And when you get point guards that put the pressure on in the backcourt, it gets the people in behind you like all revved up and ready to go too. So we really like how they play on both sides of the ball. And just coachable. They have great attitudes. They fit right in. Our sophomores are still in the dorms, so they have their roommates, but then they go over to the sophomores' room all the time. They have such good chemistry.
I'll say this for the 16th time today to intro this, but the freshman to sophomore jump, it's my favorite thing in the world. I love seeing it. I love watching it. And I heard that someone to maybe keep an eye on for you guys is Jada Mosley and the jump that she's made this offseason. What's impressed you about, her freshman to sophomore offseason?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Z can attest to it, but you give her the ball and you think that is going in. You think that shot is going in.
No need to rebound. It's going in. We back on defense. It's okay.
But they get in trouble if they don't go rebound. So you never know when she's going to miss. But, she's just been working hard on, her shot and staying in the gym and speeding it up even more. And what I really liked about her this offseason, too, is not being just a shooter. She's been putting the ball down on the ground more, scoring in the paint. I think, freshman year, it's a tough transition from high school to college. And, in high school, we saw her like drop some dimes and, have a really good feel for the game and be a playmaker and, finish at the rim. And she kind of got away from that last season, but it's in there. And now she's showing it off. And now she's more comfortable attacking the rim. So that's great to see.
Lee, I heard that you have a nickname over there. I heard that they call you Grandma. What do you think about that?
They do call me grandma. I love all my kids. I love all my grandkids. I love them all, so I don't mind at all. But
Do you
yeah,
feel like a grandma now in your fifth year? Do you feel like a grandma a little bit?
and a little bit in the back and a little bit in the knees, but not in the heart, so it's okay.
Good. That's all that matters. As long as you got the mind, you got the heart for it. You're not a
Hmm.
grandma. How old are you? You're like 23, 24?
Yeah, I'm 24. Yep. No,
Maybe to the freshmen. Maybe to the freshmen, maybe girls. But
the
otherwise, I
5 year
don't.
age gap. It's fun to laugh at, so it's okay. But I still love my freshies, so it's all right.
It's funny. And I feel like, Kristen, I've mentioned so many specific players, but I feel like one of the things that impresses me most about your roster is the depth that you guys have this year. How much of a priority was that to make sure that you had that depth? And what does that do for you heading into the season? Being able to, go down the roster and be like, yeah, I feel comfortable playing all of these players.
Yeah, that's a huge strength of ours. It's super fun in practice and competitive. And we had the Fab Five. The freshmen came back. They
Yeah.
played a lot of minutes last year, so to get their experience back is very, very helpful. On top of adding talent from the portal, and then with our freshman point guards, it's awesome. It's very fun. We talk about how there's six, seven, eight starter. There's five starters, but you can't start everybody. So when we go to our bench, we don't fall off that much, and that's very uncommon. A lot of teams play six, seven, eight players, but we're going to go 10, 11 deep. On any given night, someone else can step up. We have a lot of talent, so we're super excited. We're going to press more, and we got to get our defense better than last year. So continuing to work on those little things for success.
I want to mention your schedule briefly because, oh my goodness, I was looking at it and I was like, this is like tough opponent after tough opponent after tough opponent. Butler, Notre Dame, Purdue, Michigan, Kentucky. What went into your scheduling philosophy this year and challenging yourselves early on?
Yeah, I mean, if we want to, be one of the best, we got to play the best, and it's going to be a challenge for us, and we're excited for the opportunity. We like to take our players back home, and for Anna Darrington to go back and play Kentucky, in front of her friends and family, is going to be a special moment for her. And then to get Purdue, a Big Ten team, to come and play us at home on our home floor is awesome. And so happy that they're willing to do that because our fans love that. For high major teams to come in and play on our home court. It's going to be a really good environment. It's on a Sunday. The community is talking about it already. We can't wait for that Purdue game, and there's a lot of excitement surrounding it. So I'm super excited for the players to play in that environment.
Absolutely. Well, one more thing that I heard about you before I let you go is that you love to lead by example. And one of the things you like to do to lead by example is you like to take charges during practice. And I heard it can get pretty funny in practice when you're doing that and you're leading by example in that way. Z, I'd like you to speak to this. How entertaining is it? What do you like about Coach and the way she does that? Because I see you laughing over there. So tell me a little bit more.
Man, I love it. If anything, if we already have energy, great energy with the team. But when Coach K comes into the circle and she's just all ready for practice, and she says charge drill, and she's like, "Do you guys need me to show you guys how to do it?" And one day she called me out. She was like, "Z, you come on, get the ball. I know you want to push me a little bit." I got the ball. I gave her a nice little charge. It was a really nice day.
Nice day.
Started
I
practice
love
off
that.
great.
I love that. Yeah, you gotta maybe do that more. Get them motivated, get them going. What do you enjoy? Like that feels like a really cool coaching moment for you to kind of interact with your players in that way. What do you like about being able to do that and have fun with your players in that way during a practice?
Yeah, I love to have fun, and but you got to be serious and you got to regain focus, right? If you lose focus, but I like to have fun, and I'm getting older now, so I shouldn't be taking too many more charges in the future. Might break a hip or something, but
Same.
I just yeah, grandma's saying the same thing. But if she has a charge opportunity in the game, I'm still gonna be on her for not taking that charge. But it's just like if I can do it, they can do it. So I like to lead by example and show them like, come on, we'll be okay. We can all do it together. So it's fun. I mean, we have fun and super excited, looking forward to the season.
Yeah, you're entering, year 3 here. What are your hopes for what this group can do? Like at their best, what is this group? How would you kind of summarize them?
Yeah, the sky's the limit for us. We just every day we want to get better and better. It starts in practice, every practice, every game. We know things aren't perfect, but as long as we learn from our mistakes and don't make the same mistakes, over and over again, there's a high ceiling for this group. We're super talented, super deep, and so goal is to get to Cleveland and, compete for a championship. That's our expectation is, to finish higher than we did last year. And, we'll see when you get to Cleveland, anything can happen. So, we just take it one practice at a time and then one game at a time.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited to see what you do this year. We finished it off with a bang, which is what I was hoping we would do. So glad I got to end it off with you guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk and excited to watch you guys in a couple of weeks here.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you so much for having us.